All right, it looks like we are getting into it. Yet another Castlevania Symphony of the Night Randomizer Season 3 race for the tournament I am putting on, the Dragon Blitz Partner Push tournament for August. This is another race for ELO. Whoever ends up winning this race wins more points. The more points that these players have at the end of the season, which is going to end on August 21st. Whoever has the top 4 slots in the season end up winning a spot in the final bracket on winner side, and you definitely want to be on winner side. Gives you an extra little bit of buffer to make sure that you make it into the final bracket, like farther into the final bracket, that is. So the current racers that we have today, right now, on the top is going to be Jupiter Climb. Bottom left, we have Dogwood. The center is Superts, and on the bottom right is going to be Freeland. So, and yeah, everybody making quick work of Dracula, as you would expect. This intro start, the prologue, it's pretty standard. There's lots of different ways that you can go about ensuring that you have a good time against Dracula. But overall, I wouldn't expect anything less from our competitors today, making quick work of Dracula. Oops, I screwed up the chat sizing real quick. Do that right here. Perfect. Oops. I'm actively not competing in any races for my own tournament, specifically because I don't want to be involved in people gaining or losing any ELO. Just because, like, I feel like that's not, because I don't plan on being in the final tournament, so I feel like that would just be kind of like gatekeepy, bullying type behavior. Because if I don't have any intention on being in the final bracket, I shouldn't attempt to possibly steal ELO from some of these players, you know what I mean? Anyways, to focus in on the actual race itself that we have going on here, not too much going on at the very start of the run, except for Dogwood using the early library card strats. Hold on just a minute here. I am curious to see what he has to say, what he's thinking, what's going through his brain here. Early library card is honestly a big gamble. Gravity Boots in the shop. I saw, was that a library card or was it a meal ticket? I think it was a meal ticket. Trying to read these things fast. Not anything really all that useful in the shop other than Gravity Boots. Gravity Boots likely going to be required. Looking at the players on the bottom here that decided not to library card, they're acquiring the Rib of Vlad right now, and they're all pretty much even, all things considered. So Dogwood is going to have a very, very different route compared to the rest of the competitors, it seems like. So it's all going to come down to, is Dogwood going to find money quickly in order to purchase the Gravity Boots so that way he can make some progress happen? Oh, Cube of Zoe actually helps out a lot here because Cube of Zoe is going to allow you to farm these candles and they might have some cash in them. And so far, starting out with $100 from just 2 random enemy drops. So this might actually not be that bad for Dogwood, especially if you can find a candle with 100 or something in it, and then he can just reset the room and get it again. Cube is literally perfect for this scenario. Plus, you get an extra item. Cube of Zoe allows for a guaranteed item drop on, I believe it's the second candle here, so not this candle, but this candle. He's not. Oh, way to make me look like an idiot. Dude, you have Cube of Zoe. What are you doing? No, Dogwood, wait, go back. Yeah, you have candles, please. It's the next one. It's a shuriken. Okay, thank you. So yeah, it gives you an sorry, it gives you an item check there. So it's usually a good idea to if you have Cube of Zoe to check that item because it could be a library card, it could be mana prisms, it could be literally anything. It could be a duplicator. So walk armor drop. I wouldn't I wouldn't open the menu for an armor personally. But hey, Dogwood's the one with the big brain plays here and trying to make them work out for him. He only needs $500 for that Gravity Boot. Gravity Boots is also going to unlock the ability to check oh, Mana Prism under the Librarian. Really doing under the Librarian check. That's quite rare. But yeah, Gravity Boots will unlock the check for Fairy card. So that's kind of what we're hoping. Yeah, he needs to check to see if his gem equipped is a sellable, and he needs to check candles here. And the fact that he's not checking these candles is making me very nervous, honestly. Meanwhile, yeah, it's like he forgot that money can spawn from candles. That's literally a candle that you can farm for 50 apiece. Dogwood, please take 2 seconds and think about what you're doing. Oh no, me too, Dalek, me too. Okay, he realizes, yep, that's something that I can farm for 50 apiece. Okay, so he's going to be farming that cash. That's perfectly fine. In the meantime, however, let's look at the competitors that decided not to use the library card. They are cruising right now with a thrust sword. I'm not sure which thrust sword it is. It looks like they're using it right now. Yeah, it looks like it's... No. Freeland's using it right now. Hold on. Is it? Oh, it's S-Stock. It has the S-Stock thrust/hitbox, which is literally the worst of the thrust swords. It gives you a thrust every time you use the attack. It's very slow. It's a very limp thrust. What the frick? Literally, holy glasses. Stone mask, which is actually the holy glasses you can see here on the tracker. Holy glasses as the second relic check. That's interesting. I'm not sure exactly how that's going to end up playing out. Usually this is a bad sign unless you are a gambler, because that means there's the possibility of skipping a lot of the checks in the first castle to go to the second castle. There's also the possibility that the second castle is just required to go to, and then you go into the second castle to get like a Jewel of Open or something like that. That's another possibility. Also, before we got completely destroyed by Twitch not wanting us to view Twitch streams on their platform or whatever, we saw Dogwood actually get enough money for the... Oh no, we're getting completely destroyed. Okay, all right. We're just gonna take a break. Calm down, wait for the Twitch to stop ruining our day, and then we'll continue on with the rest of this. How are you guys doing today? If you're watching this on YouTube, this would be a great time to leave a comment. Tell me how you're doing. Who do you think's gonna win this race? Huh? This would be a great time to post that in the comments. Leave a like while you're down there, and all that fun stuff. One thing that I find very interesting is if we go to Super's perspective, Super did the route that I usually like to do in this scenario, barring the thrust sword situation, is the fact that you use the library card early, only after checking what is behind Spirit Orb. That saves you a lot of movement between what's it called? What is that aspect ratio? I have no clue. It saves you a lot of movement between the Spirit Orb and then going into the library. That's just like free time save if you do it in that order. So, and it seems like Jupiter's kind of doing a similar type route, except also he might have checked what was at the Coliseum, it seems like. So that actually makes the most sense in my book. Another thing that I would probably do... Oh, that's Leapstone. So he actually didn't... Dude, Jupiter! We need to have a talk. Dude, there's a relic there. Go to the fucking Coliseum. There's a relic there. Why do you keep skipping it? Oh my god, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. The dude's allergic to the Coliseum. What is up with that? Okay, whatever. I'm sure, at least it's not a Vlad relic this time. At least it's not a Vlad relic. Yeah, 7/6 is not the proper aspect ratio. This game has a very specific aspect ratio, and 7/6 is not really it. It is. It's literally not. I know that's what you use, but that's literally not the correct aspect ratio. It's close to the correct aspect ratio, but it's not actually it. Regardless, it's not that big of a deal. At least it's not 16/9. No, Jupiter's aspect ratio looks fine. Dogwood's looks fine. Freeland's looks fine as well. Outside of the fact that he uses not point scale, I guess on OBS because it looks really smooth and weird, but whatever. Anyways. That Leapstone might end up mattering. It might not because they have a thrust sword. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, I just realized they have thrust swords. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm getting distracted because you guys are talking about shit that literally doesn't matter, but instead we should talk about the shit that does matter. The fact that Jupiter is in the library right now, has access to a thrust sword, and the next relic that he's going to be finding is going to be gravity boots. The exact aspect ratio is like, what, 205 by 256? And again, this game has multiple aspect ratios depending on what's happening in game. If you're in the menu, it's a different aspect ratio. If you're on the main menu screen, it's a different aspect ratio. This game doesn't just have one aspect ratio because this game was programmed super duper well by geniuses. So, also, where the fuck was Wolf? Wait, hold up. Was Wolf at Outer Wall? I think Wolf must have been at Outer Wall in its vanilla location. Yeah, 256 by 208, but there are black bars. Yes, exactly. Okay. Long story short, it's not as simple as, you know, just this game has many aspect ratios and many different ways that you should display it, but yeah, regardless. You guys are distracting me again on stupid shit that literally doesn't matter.
It's really frustrating because, you know, with a greatsword, I would actually have flight.
He doesn't know! You still have flight! Jupiter, no!
Special's like not working or I'm not doing it correctly.
Oh no. Okay, so Jupiter literally doesn't understand how the flight mechanics works with the S-Stock special, because the S-Stock doesn't have a special. At least he's going to find Wolf, so he'll still have access to out-of-logic flight. Oh, I just realized. So does Dogwood. I'm stupid. Yeah, Dogwood found Wolf, and Wolf gives you access to a aerial dive kick if you untransform from the Wolf. And the aerial dive kick state is the same state that you're required to be in order to do multiple gravity jumps in the air. If you just have gravity boots on their own, it doesn't give you access to multiple gravity jumps. So it's just one of those things that you need to have either a transformation, a thrust sword, or leap stone in order to use the gravity boots multiple times in the air. And I guess the thrust sword actually ends up not mattering like I thought it would because all of these players are going to find Wolf. So Jupiter's going to find Wolf. It's not that big of a deal that he doesn't know how to do the thrust sword version. The issue is that the thrust sword version is a little bit better because it gives you access to a diagonal dive kick. So you can do diagonal dive kicks and diagonal gravity boots to traverse big rooms like Dogwood is in quickly. But at the end of the day, it's not that big of a deal. Don't get hit by that flea armor. You can check this from the bottom, and it's Power of Mist. I would probably grab that. Power of Mist is a very useful relic, especially if you end up finding Mist, because that gives you access to full flight. It also gives you access to using the Mist without draining your MP nearly as harshly. So Power of Mist is definitely a good find, worth going out of your way to pick it up. Yeah, so far, Dogwood with the, interestingly enough, the early library card, it's such a gamble because it can go so incredibly wrong. Honestly, last seed, I considered the early library card strat to be technically not optimal for that particular seed, but sometimes it doesn't matter. You can make it work, even if the seed doesn't really want you to do an early library card route. But so far, these competitors, specifically Dogwood with the early library card route, is doing pretty good for himself. I think he doesn't have Rib of Vlad yet, so he's going to be going back to Castle Entrance, but he's going back to Castle Entrance with full flight, so he can check what's at Power of Wolf here. So that's good. Did he check Ghost Card? He might have forgotten, but hopefully he remembers before entering Castle Keep. I honestly don't know. Oh, is he opening the switch from this side? Is that his plan? I don't necessarily agree with doing it this way, but I mean, hey, it's what I mean. You're opening it now, sure, and then you're getting it this way. I guess it's fine. You're getting some item checks at the same time. Now, is he going to save split to check entrance, or is he going to go to Alchemy Lab? He's not going to check Castle Entrance. That I am kind of upset that he's choosing not to check Castle Entrance. Meanwhile, Jupiter, on the other hand, is going to be checking Castle Entrance. So keep an eye out on Jupiter's screen in the corner of your eye to see what he finds. I'm also curious to see what's over here at the Skill of Wolf check. Oh, another Vlad relic, Heart of Vlad. Okay, okay. So we have 2 confirmed Vlad relics in the first castle so far. The rest of the competitors also backtracking through areas we already have seen before. This is where I'm kind of interested. Let's see what Jupiter finds here. Oh, it's another Vlad relic! Holy shit! Okay, we got 3 confirmed Vlad relics in the first castle already, 15 minutes in. And Jupiter's going to be the first to get all 3, so long as he decides to go through Alchemy Lab at this point. Also, interesting, using the wolf here, even though there's randomly spawning zombies, Yep, it's very difficult to use the wolf through that area, but honestly, probably faster than not doing so. Dogwood still needs to fight Slogger and Gaibon. Makes very quick work using a Tetra Spirit along with sword slashes. Makes sense. It's one of the easiest ways to take care of Slogger and Gaibon. The Tetra Spirit just does so much work. Dogwood. There you go. Ooh, I'm getting a heart attack. Oh, $1,000 drop in that room. Well, I guess you could farm it. Was there even anything useful in the shop? I don't remember there being anything useful in the shop. Maybe he's just greedy. He just wants the money. In fact, I'm looking right now. Freeland is in the shop right now, and I don't see anything that great. Trying to read. No, I don't. Yeah, the shop looks kind of bad. So I don't understand the point of getting some extra cash there, but I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Also shortly behind. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is there something I'm missing here? Yeah, Superbirds doesn't have Spike Breaker. I'm not sure where they found Spike Breaker, but Superbird's still doing well for himself, all things considered. Meanwhile, Jupiter, first to get the most Vlad relics so far, sitting at 3. Superbirds is going to be short. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did Superbirds not do? Oh, Superbirds didn't do Castle Entrance either? Really? Okay. So Superbirds is slightly behind, having not done Castle Entrance, and also missing the Spike Breaker compared to the 2 other competitors who are currently in Twitch jail because the game hates us and Twitch hates us. And, oh, there we go. Dogwood picking up the Holy Glasses now. Honestly, not a bad time to be picking these up. Specifically because you don't really want to go to the second castle unless you absolutely have to. But at this point, I think outside of Aurochs's quarters, we've seen most everything. So they might actually be forced into the second castle early in this seed. That is true that he might be able to check the entrance check faster if he finds Bat. But this is Randomizer after all, and a lot of the time the game just hates the players that like to play the game, so they will choose, the game itself chooses not to reward the players with the Bat Relic at all in the entirety of the seed. That seems to happen a lot sometimes, so. The mythical Bat Relic, only seen a handful of times ever in history of Randomizer. Interestingly enough, Dogwood and Superbirds in the same exact room, followed shortly behind Jupiter. Jupiter has 3 Vlad relics under his belt. Dogwood is missing the one at Castle Entrance. Same with Superbirds here. Freeland, on the other hand, sitting at only 1 Vlad relic, and not entirely sure what route he's taken so far. Did he go? Yeah, no. What has Freeland been doing? He's just been in the library chilling? Interesting. Oh no, we need to have a talk, the entire Randomizer community. You guys know that you can avoid the statue closing in on you, right? Like that's the whole reason why you want to go check gravity boots immediately. Obviously to check the gravity boots, but you can avoid this happening like 100% of the time. Even with this relic distribution that you have, it's still possible to do. It might feel slow because you're gravity booting into the ceiling like 6 times, but like you gotta know how to do it. It saves you minutes on average, you know. Maybe not minutes, but like per seed, it's gonna save you time, you know, if you know how to do it. And now just like that, because Dogwood had to wait for the statue to move, all of a sudden, Superbirds is taking a small bit of a lead. Just kidding. Wait, what happened? Huh? Am I high? I think I've actually consumed hallucinogenic materials here because, as it turns out, that's not the case at all. Dogwood is actually ahead. What the fuck am I on? Dogwood choosing to get Leapstone. I don't know how I feel about getting Leapstone at this point. Like, yes, it's better, like, movement-wise a lot of the time, but you don't need it at this point. I guess if you're scared of going into the second castle, it's definitely better to have Leapstone, and it's better for certain boss fights, so it might end up saving time in the long run, but still, it's kind of a superfluous grab right now. Mouse put LSD into the rando. That's probably what happened. Am I the only one that saw that? I guess I am. Maybe I'm on drugs. I'm gonna have to watch that back. Oh, also, really like this from Dogwood, opting to take off the sword to use his fists against Minotaur here, because that is the better way to do this fight. If you have a shitty sword, you're actually better off taking the sword off and just punching Minotaur to death with your fists and then charging a Tetra Spirit. As long as you don't miss the Tetra Spirit attack, you're in a good spot. I guess I'm being proven wrong here because all of the competitors seem to be fighting Minotaur in Werewolf to get the Leapstone here, so I guess I'm just a big dumb stupid idiot that doesn't know what he's talking about, and that's fair. I probably would have skipped grabbing Leapstone and wasted like 20 minutes bonking my head because I didn't have it and like messing up boss fights because of it, so that's fair. And yeah, just like that. Again, Jupiter has the most relics checked so far and has done the most amount of like checks throughout the castle, but they're all basically converging on this route here where they're going to be heading into Aurochs's quarters to check what Aurochs has, to check what is at Sword Card, and then from there, if they don't find anything, the next place they have to go is the second castle. It's not super common that the casual logic seeds force you into the second castle early like this, but it seems like this is a possibility for this seed. Mana Prism right off the bat. Checking these items, sometimes not worth it, depending on your item loadout, but Dogwood is a little bit of a greedy player, I would say, when it comes to item checks. I would say most players, especially early on in the seed, tend to be pretty greedy, but I'm not sure exactly how much DPS he's going to be dealing with the sword that he's using right now. Maybe he's looking for something better. Yeah, if you literally already know what the Mana Prism looks like, it's probably not worth picking up anything else unless you still need like a potion possibly for the early silver ring check. Yeah, Dogwood loves money and items. To be fair, it's always better to have stuff than to not have stuff if you can get it quickly and easily. But the issue is how much time are you spending doing these item checks and doing these extra, trips back to the library to try and buy stuff, or just farming for cash, all that stuff. That is time that adds up, and whatever items you find, they need to save the amount of time that you spent checking it, if not more. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. It's literally as simple as that. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing item checks. It is every single item check, if you think of it this way, is a gamble. And if the item itself that you get doesn't save you time, you've wasted your time going for that item check, right? The thing is that you eventually go for enough item checks that you're hoping that one of the items you find offsets all the time you spent checking items and it makes it worth it, but sometimes that's just not the case, so. And of course, like, it's very, very annoying to have to beat the game without any sort of items or equipment. It's usually awful for you, so you do want to check items, but it's a balance of when do I check items, how many items do I check, and like where do I use specific item checks. Also, I'm gonna say I'm very happy Dogwood has the Holy Water, decides to use it against this boss, because this boss is a piece of shit, and using the Holy Water definitely helps a lot of the time with dealing damage compared to just like swinging your sword and getting hit a bunch. So good use of Holy Water there from Dogwood. Meanwhile, we see Super's on the same exact fight and struggling a tiny bit due to the lack of a good sub weapon here. Seems like they're all using very similar equipment. Jupiter, also fighting Aurochs. Going for a Tetra Spirit for Jupiter. Interested to see how this fight's gonna pan out for Jupiter. But they're all gonna be finding the Merman statue here. So, oh, the stupid AI on the Tetra Spirit didn't notice Aurochs literally taking up half the screen and decided to just ignore him. You hate to see it. Yeah, at this point, I'm very unsure what Freeland's strategy is. I was not paying attention to Dogwood. Did anybody see what relic was at the sword card?
I gotta say, dive kicking over Aurochs. I was kind of trying that out for the first time. That's a really easy way to do it.
I'm stealing that dive kick strat. Yeah, that looked really clean. I like that dive kick strat. Jupiter literally changing the meta right here, right now, live on twitch.television. Regardless, Supers is there first, so nice dive kicks, nerd. Didn't end up
think it was
saving you
worth
any
it too,
time.
maybe.
Actually, I think they're actually tied looking at their timers. Just kidding. It's just that we have Super's feed a little bit before Jupiter's. Yeah, overall, yeah, good on Jupiter to use wolf movement here. You need to do a jump and then turn around. I'm not a big fan of using wolf movement from here personally because there's that lip that stops you, and then these bloody zombies. Unless you have very high int, you're not actually going to be able to kill them in one hit. So I'm curious to see what's here for Superds. It's literally a useless familiar card. All right, and with all of that, I guess my attention is now going to be on Dogwood, who is back in the castle keep. Is Dogwood going to the second castle here? Because I think, yeah. He didn't check castle entrance. And he didn't check ghost card from my understanding. So he doesn't have to. Unless he's forgotten that he hasn't checked castle entrance. Because he has not checked castle entrance. Wait a minute. Has Jupiter not been to Castle Keep yet? Because if that's the case, oh, they're both going through. Okay, so both Superds and Jupiter are taking a very, very similar route here. They're both going through the chapel to get to Castle Keep. I don't know if they've been to Castle Keep yet or not. Oh my god, Jupiter gets a random drop. It says it's the Alucard shield, and it's a shield that has a hitbox. And I wanted to see how good of a hitbox it was and how much damage it was doing, but Twitch, on the other hand, says, nope, you have to watch. Instead, Superds making quick work of Hippogriff here. Fantastic fight. Has already killed Minotaur and Werewolf, therefore doesn't have to wait for the life max up to spawn in and have to collect it and then talk to Maria. So that is a small time save for having done the Minotaur and Werewolf fight. So that is a bonus for doing the Minotaur and Werewolf fight, and that is going to save him some time overall. I'm very curious now. Let's check on Dogwood here. Dogwood doing literally every item check. One of the greediest players I think I've seen to date. Those item checks, it seems like a lot of items. And I guess if you're doing early second castle, it's probably worth doing those item checks. But man, they're honestly pretty slow. They're honestly very, very... No, don't do it. You check this room too? Come on! Like, yes, it's 5 items or whatever, but like, you got literally nothing. Like, how bad is your equipment really? I guess you're just banking on finding something better, but like, man, like, you got no. Dogwood, good. That shield is actually good, and he doesn't even know it. I'm malding. I'm literally malding. My hair is falling out because I'm so mad. Okie dokie. Well,
That's super dangerous.
inside the mind of a hoarder. Tell me about it. Holy crap. Oh, real quick, we're going to find out what's that ghost card because I don't think we've seen anybody else go here yet. Is it anything important? It's literally nothing. Okay, that's fine. So Dogwood is safe having skipped it, if that's the case. But Dogwood, using summon spirits and getting the big brothers involved, the whole Tetra Spirit, get the whole gang together to beat up on this stupid-ass bat that has a command grab for some reason. Squally Spore, thank you so much for saying hi. Thank you so much for saying hi from YouTube. It's Jewel of Open. Okay, this is where things get very, very spicy. Do you complete the second castle, or do you go back to the first castle? Dogwood is not saving the game. Oh, he's going to complete the second castle. I kind of like this personally because I think overall you have more checks in the second castle than you do in the first castle. However, the caverns checks, at least the early caverns checks, are more dense. So doing Succubus into Scylla into Holy Symbol, those are three really, really quick checks back to back. Yeah, plus also Dogwood. Oh, I didn't realize this shield also does damage. Never mind. I was complaining about the shield situation, but dude, literally, what? Jupiter and Superts are like very, very close together. Honestly, the major difference, though, is Dogwood is in the second castle, but he's missing the Eye of Vlad because he never checked castle entrance. Meanwhile, Jupiter doing a very similar route, all things considered, now entering the second castle, only a couple minutes behind, but has already gotten that Vlad relic. So if the last 2 Vlad relics are just in the second castle, this is looking like Jupiter running away with it. On top of that, Freeland has also done... Right? Yeah, he has all 3 of the Vlad relics over here that we know of in the first castle. And it looks like the last places he has left to check is Auroch's Quarters and Sword Card. So he will be shortly following in Jupiter's footsteps, all things considered. So this could still go very, very well for Freeland and Jupiter here because they have this extra relic. However, Dogwood is using the worst weapon in the game! We need to talk. We need to talk. Guys, I know it's funny. I know it's hilarious. Ha ha ha. Heaven Sword is such a good weapon. I used it when I was 2 years old, and it helped me to kill a boss one time. And, dude, it fucking sucks. Oh, he's dual wielding? Okay. The only thing I will say is sometimes... Okay, grab Echo of Bat just in case. That's fine. That I don't disagree in a race situation where you want consistency. Just grab Echo of Bat. That's fine. Dude, you're spending so much time. Rune Sword in chop. Wait, what? What? Stop opening your menu every 2 seconds. I'm gonna explode. Ah! So. As I was saying, the throwable weapons themselves are very, very inconsistent in their DPS. The best way to use them is to have a more consistent form of damage, like a sword or your fists or anything that's just like a normal type of damage. And then on your offhand, have a throwable. Also, Dogwood needs to figure out how to deal with these Black Panthers or he's going to die. Dogwood going into the second castle early like this, and he seems pretty unprepared, both equipment-wise and relic-wise. I'm honestly worried that Dogwood might not make it to the next save room without dying here, especially if he doesn't land on this ledge right here. He does, avoids getting sniped by the snipers of Goth. Meanwhile, all this time that Dogwood has spent in menus is giving time for Jupiter to catch up here. Jupiter... making relatively good, like, yeah, using holy water against oh my god, why my brain, Medusa here. Honestly, you literally just, I would just use holy water or nothing else. Okay, he finds a holy, okay, Dogwood finds a holy water before fighting Akmadon. That's legitimately huge. Just use the holy water against Akmadon, please. Don't mess around with all... I guess you have long-range weapons, so it's not that big of a deal, but still. Still. It was the Richter All Bosses candle that literally had holy water. Yep, that's a vanilla holy water. These racers are all just giving me aneurysms right now. This is insanity. So... Dogwood kind of has a lead, but is still missing the Eye of Vlad. But he's going to need to... Okay. Okay, make it rain on him. That's fine. That's a decent way to deal with Akmadon. Jupiter having a little bit of trouble here dealing with the movement in the second castle. I'm also very curious now, knowing Freeland's style of how he likes to play the randomizer, there's a decent chance that we see Freeland grab the Jewel of Open as soon as he enters the second castle, and then from there goes back to the first castle. Yeah, also PSA, throwing multiple holy waters actually does less damage because the hitboxes hit less consistently when you throw multiple at the same time. So just throw one, wait a second, and then throw another one. Because this game is very well programmed. You would think more is better, but that's actually not how it works because this is Castlevania Symphony of the Night, the best programmed video game on the planet. All right. These runners might be giving me hypertension, and the only way that you, dear viewer watching at home, could alleviate it is if you subscribe on YouTube, leave a like and leave a comment, because that helps push these videos out into the algorithm. What? Wait, did he just get that as a random draw? Wait, what? I was too busy plugging YouTube and I missed out on the fact that Dogwood has a fucking Chrysogram out of nowhere. It was in the jar? Oh, okay, that's fine. Most people check the jar. Okay. Most people do that jar check in the second castle. So most of them are going to find the Chrysogram. That's like a standard second castle check that I think is like always worth going for because it takes like less than a second. So Freeland has a full stick of butter up here, a full MP bar, yet refuses to do any spells to kill the Shaft Orb. Instead decides to throw Chakrams at him. So that's fine. Hey man, whatever floats your boat. You finish the fight. Ooh, Super's doing some front slides. The first time I've seen a front slide all day today. Feels like. I'm finding it very interesting. Oh my god, Dogwood almost died. Yeah, Dogwood, you're gonna... Woo! Okay. Very spooky situation for Dogwood. Meanwhile, holy crap, if we look at Jupiter's POV alongside Super's, they're neck and neck here as far as their completion into the second castle. Fighting Asgol is a bad idea. Yeah, if you have Leapstone, you should just dive kick off him and then just leave him alone. But that can be scary if your speed is something that you're not comfortable with. You know, getting through the room fast enough to avoid the Asgol. Wait, did Jupiter check the... I don't... Okay, is he going to check the item that he found? I think he's checking it right now. Oh, okay, Jupiter finds out that he has a Chrysogram. And then Superbirds down here also has equipped the Chrysogram. So all of them so far have found the Chrysogram. That should be perfectly fine for them to use for the rest of the run. Oh, Talisman. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm glad we got to see that before Twitch told us to stop watching the stream because we're not worthy or something, I guess, whatever. Here's where I'm interested in seeing what does Freeland decide to do after finding this Jewel of Opium. Does he stay or does he go? Oh, never mind. He does none of the above. He does the Creature Gambit. Option C, the Creature Gambit. All right, we're going to keep an eye on him to see what the fuck is going on here. Superds, what are you? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, Superds actually deciding to go back to the first castle after getting the Alrox quarter, inverted Alrox teleporter. I'm very interested to see how that's going to pay off for him. Because now we have everybody going literally everywhere all the time, and I don't know what to think anymore. Oh, our favorite little enemies are getting involved here on Dogwood's screen. These imps are so cute and so fun. Everybody loves imps, am I right? ASD in particular? Worst enemy hands down, yeah. I was gonna say I feel personally attacked. So the thing that I'm most concerned about for Superbirds, who has come back, was literally one check away from finding the silver ring, and is now basically gonna miss out on checking the holy glasses. Holy crap, this Alucard shield freaking sucks. It doesn't even kill the boomerang skeletons in one hit. That's awful. Dogwood coming up to Beelzebub, the literally easiest boss in the game. I've never seen anybody struggle to kill this boss ever in my life. Literally all they have to do is watch my tutorial on how to beat Beelzebub easy without taking any damage ever. Works 100% of the time, every time. And you'll never have any trouble fighting that boss. And it seems like Dogwood, what? Okay, Dogwood finds Soul of Bat, easy work of Beelzebub. And that's a very big find in this scenario. And I mean, Jupiter's gonna find it next, so. All right, now we can actually see some speed happening here for Dogwood. Now it's going to, honestly... So finding bat is a blessing and a curse. It's a curse because if you are weak with your bat maneuver, I don't mind that. Okay, if he ended that with a wing smash, I would have really liked that movement of not untransforming there and just leaving the bat flying there. That was pretty cute. I like that. I didn't hate that at all. I might actually have to time that to see if that is faster in all bosses. Fun fact, bat flies faster downward. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Doing a full save here, I'm curious to see if he's going to end up using this save for Creature, or he's just saving because he's afraid of dying. Speaking of Creature, by the way, Freeland is spending 25 minutes fighting this big, dumb, stupid idiot, backing him into the corner. He goes rolling, 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 rolling. Because this is a well-designed boss, literally only has 2 moves, but still ends up being super fucking annoying. Let's take a look at how Freeland's deciding to handle this boss fight. Finishes it up just in time. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Suspense building to see what is behind the relic there. I clicked the wrong thing because I'm a fantastic streamer. It is a familiar card. Freeland's Gambit. Doesn't seem to be working out all too well. Now we have to wait for all the streams to start loading in. Is Freeland going to use the teleporter now to go back to Castle Keep, the inverted keep? I wonder. Meanwhile, we have some new information. Breaking news coming in here from the side of Superds. The first to enter into the caverns. This is going to be the first caverns check of the seed. Let's see what is behind the Succubus fight. Completely melting Succubus as if she isn't even a boss. And we're going to find to see if this is going to be an important relic. Spirit Orb, literally useless. But, you know, some people like to pick it up just to figure out if their DPS is any good. All right, back to some more new information. Dogwood, which way does he go? You literally need 1 heart! Dogwood! Literally 1! Oh my, I'm gonna... Dogwood did decide to skip Creature, which is an interesting route decision. I mean, it's a gamble at the end of the day, and Creature is a slow-ass check, but I'm just more mad because I'm looking at his heart count here. 19, you need 1 more to activate the stopwatch, and this fight would have been over 20 minutes ago. Now you're stoned, now you're getting flexed on. I dop 40, but it's fine, it's whatever, it's okay. But somehow Dogwood skipping Creature, realizing that I don't like fighting Creature, or just is like not down to fight Creature early on and is willing to save him for later. All of this just for the skill of Wolf, not really useful at all. Meanwhile, we have Jupiter, who has done Creature at this point and now has to make his way back, having wasted the whole trip because it's not useful. Didn't go for a safe split at all. Jupiter didn't do any save split, whether the one in Inverted Caverns or the one in where you normally do the relic skip. So I am yeah, that's a pretty big I guess if you have bat, it's not that bad because you can just kind of wing smash your way back. So all things considered, Jupiter made the best of the situation. Interesting. So nothing in caverns, inverted caverns so far. Dogwood, honestly, they haven't found anything interesting in the second castle other than the other gem, the other ring, as well as Jewel of Open. So this is starting to make me feel that maybe Superds is making the right call here. Superds is also going to be collecting the Vlad relic that he's missing here, the Eye of Vlad. Hopefully, unless he forgets to check the entrance, but it would make sense to check it at some point. Doing a money save split here. You love to see this save split after checking what's at, what's it called? Sorry, what's at Holy Symbol. You love to see a save split there because it saves you so much time having to ride the stupid gondola back and forth. So, very important save split to do there. Meanwhile, Dogwood, literally running out of relic checks to do in the second castle. all that's left outside of Creature, which he intentionally skipped, is going to be Death and Galamoth. So depending on what he finds there, could be big. Let's see how he handles the Death fight. I'm assuming just use the Chrysogrim. Have an easy time just using Chrysogrim. The only person opting not to use Chrysogrim here is Freeland because he hasn't found it yet. Hopefully he finds it as well after his fight with Akmadon. So that way they could all be kind of on an even playing field here. All right, what's it going to be? It's a Vlad relic. Okay. So these players are going to be guaranteed having to go to death at the very least in this seed. However, Super already has like a little bit of an advantage having starting to do the caverns early. The main disadvantage here is that Super doesn't have the ring, the silver ring that he's missing, so he won't be able to check what is at Holy Glasses, and he also doesn't have access to Bat, so all of the movement he's doing here is suboptimal compared to these players who are going to be able to... Skipping Galamoth, okay, Dogwood is just doing whatever the fuck he feels like. This is, well... All right, so I guess we're going to have to wait for Jupiter to get to Galamoth, unless Jupiter also decides to skip Galamoth and nobody ever ends up going there to see if there's anything interesting there. Yes, you love to see this if you're wanting to see what Superds is doing. Superds going back to the castle entrance, which, as we know, is the Eye of Vlad. So hopefully we see him pick up the Eye of Vlad here and continue on into the caverns and try and milk whatever lead he has here. But if he isn't fast enough, Dogwood is going to catch up, having an extra Vlad relic under his belt, and also has Bat as well. So there is a possibility that Dogwood ends up just kind of running away with the lead that he kind of started with. Here we go, Eye of Vlad. It's all going to depend on, because he skipped Creature, it's going to depend on how quickly he finds the Eye of Vlad. And on top of that, it's going to depend on if Jupiter finds anything else in the second castle, if he decides to stay and then finds the another relic at Creature, for example. So this is getting kind of interesting. So, all right, let's go ahead and see what is Jupiter going to do with this information.
A library card? Pretty sure I don't.
Doesn't have a library card.
Okay. So I think I'm very happy with my route here.
Oh no, don't say that. I think... Oh, Dogwood also has both rings. That is also going to be clutch.
So back to Castle 1.
Okay, Jupiter has confirmed it for us. Jupiter says, fuck Galamoth. Nobody likes Galamoth. All my homies hate Galamoth. And so nobody's going to fucking do Galamoth, I guess. That's fine. Whatever. I guess it makes sense. You don't have library cards, but you could still do like a big save split and whatever. It's well, if nobody does
Vormis, so the question being,
Galamoth,
reverse library is a good play in adventure mode.
I don't know what to say, man. I guess if nobody does Galamoth, then it's a good play. So maybe they're just like so gargantuan brain that they're gonna assume that nobody else is gonna do Galamoth. So I mean, whatever. It's friggin' crazy stupid, I guess. That's some shit. Let's see what it is for Dogwood. It is Force of Echo, so it's literally nothing. So Superds isn't missing out on anything for having skipped getting the silver ring. He's only missing the Ring of Vlad, which is at death. So Superds now is going to be the one to give us the most amount of information on the seed. So I'm curious to see what we're going to be seeing here from his perspective. Bullshit blazing, you know how it be. Coming up on the mines check here. Let's see what's over here. It's the fucking snorkel, everybody's favorite relic. The snorkel's fine, all things considered, especially if you still have the caverns left to do and you want to use wolf movement while underwater, because the wolf moves a little bit faster than Alucard underwater most of the time. So at this point, That means the last Fire Relic has to be either Galamoth, or it has to be Grand Floon, or it has to be Spikebreaker, right? Those are the last 3 Vlad Relics that we don't have information on as a viewing audience. So I'm curious to see what the last Vlad Relic is going to be and who's going to be the first to get there. It's probably going to be, depending on how quickly Dogwood is able to collect the castle entrance relic, is going to determine whether or not Jupiter is in the lead or not. Because right now it looks like Dogwood is possibly in the lead. Oh, finds that library card. That's actually pretty big. But yeah, it looks like Dogwood might be in the lead, but it could be Jupiter because Jupiter already has the Eye of Vlad, where Dogwood is missing it. Dogwood is going to combine the Eye of Vlad check with the Merman statue check. So, and we'll have Bat the whole time, and we'll be able to Wing Smash the whole time. So it might end up being a little bit faster for him than it was for Jupiter, and that might be what it takes to get him in the lead. But in the meantime, back to Superts here. Going to be fighting Galamoth. Again, all these players found a Chrysogrim that does decent enough damage, so like boss fights aren't really going to be an issue at all, so... Dogwood is kind of a wild card. There is a chance he says fuck it and doesn't even check the castle entrance. So that is something that I am kind of worried about. You live by the gamble, you die by the gamble. So, and this is going to be Power of Wolf. Okay. So, yep. Save split there. Very, very good use of the save splits here by Supers here. You love to see it. Very effective. Especially if you don't have Wolf or Bat, save splits are your best friend because there's so much bullshit movement you have to do in between, and you're better off just save splitting there. However, actually, Power of Wolf might be if you have Wolf already, maybe it would have been worth to keep Power of Wolf. Now that I'm thinking about it, oh, he can't check Spikebreaker. I just realized. Oh, so we're not even gonna know what's at Spikebreaker. Fuck! God damn it! Everybody's just not going the places there's... That's, okie dokie. And we're getting DMCA'd live here on stream over at twitch.tv/DragonBlitz. You love to see it. I don't even know anymore, man. Like, this is a shit show. So many unconventional routes all happening at the same time. I guess this is bound to happen with players who are, I would say, less experienced in like different randomizer metas and different quote unquote standard routes. Because everybody's doing wild, wacky, crazy shit. And maybe to them it doesn't seem wild, wacky, crazy. But it definitely is overall, you know? So these freaking rando zoomers and their gambles that they take, skipping Galamoth, skipping Creature, going to the second castle early. We might learn a thing or two even. So yeah. Again, I guess the thing I'm most interested in is, well, Superts now has to clean up the second castle and is behind on all of his second castle cleanup. So we'll check back in with him a little bit later. The thing I'm most interested in at this point is how quickly is Dogwood going to be able to, wait a minute, what? I thought Jupiter was ahead. Okay, so he must have done Merman first and then Dogwood still needs to do Merman. That's the only thing that makes sense here. Okay, none of them got the soft lock. It looked like they might have gotten it. I don't know if they're like, wait a minute, what? How is Dogwood? Oh yeah, Dogwood is ahead. I'm stupid. Jupiter, I hope you save split because there's nothing over here. Anyways, to finish the thought that I was saying, Dogwood has to go do a somewhat slow bit of movement all the way back to the castle entrance from here to grab Eye of Vlad, unless he decides to skip it. Says fuck you to that toad in particular, hitting him with a fucking fireball. Meanwhile, Jupiter already has the Eye of Vlad. However, the only way for Jupiter to really make the most out of this situation is if he uses the save split to check what's at... well, he needs to use this save split here to save some time, possibly. Okay, he doesn't have the save split active. He's going to need to have good movement here in order for skipping the save split to have saved him time here. Okay. Drops one wing smash, picks up the most of it. Yeah, drops another one. Okay, that's okay. You probably would have been better off doing the save split in that scenario. So, plus you have to revisit the save room anyways to refill your MP. That's one of the main reasons why I think the save split actually ends up saving time, because you save all the time you spend revisiting the save room here. Doesn't do another save split, so this might end up biting him in the ass as well. And here it is. This is the time where Jupiter... We're going to find out if Jupiter's actually ahead or not. Because Dogwood is going out of his way to collect the Vlad relic he is missing, the Eye of Vlad. Meanwhile, Jupiter has already checked it, but is still going this way to check what is at Merman statue. So, and he hasn't save split, so he's going to have to take the slow way around. And his MP is looking kind of low. So, Dogwood finds the Vlad relic with barely any MP to his name as well. I don't know if he has a Mana Prism that he'd be willing to use right now, or I guess not. Freeland also picking up his second to last Vlad relic. Freeland is actually going to be the first to do Galamoth, I think. Wait a minute. Dude. If Freeland goes to Galamoth and it's at Galamoth, I'm going to lose my shit. I'm going to say it. Unless Freeland is also a psychopath.
Did I not check creature? I might not have. Shit.
Oh, he just literally forgot to check creature. He didn't even realize that he didn't check creature.
Yeah, let's see.
Dude, this is wild. Okay, yeah, Jupiter's in the lead. Jupiter's in the lead. Barely though, barely. In fact, let me look at the timers. Yeah, they're about synced up. Jupiter is about one screen ahead. They are an hour almost into this freaking seed, and they are on the same screen right now. They're literally on the same screen. It's been an hour, and they took completely different routes. Scary Lizard, man! Nobody wants to fight Galamoth! You have a goddamn Chrysogrim! No! Galamoth is fucking banned. Galamoth is banned. Oh my god. Wait, he killed the Donkey Kong. Who killed the Donkey Kong? Oh, Dogwood did. Yeah, he's really far behind now because he accidentally killed a Donkey Kong. Oh, shit. And just like that, a more cemented lead for Jupiter here. Very curious now.
Right here would be great. It's right next to a warp. This would be a very convenient place to find it.
This would be a very convenient place to find it, that is for sure. But unfortunately...
Oh, dear. Well, two
Not
chances
there.
left. Mist is also something that could work.
That is true. We haven't found Mist yet. So right now, Mist has to be either at Spikebreaker or at Galamoth, right? Because we're missing Mist for all of these players. Dude, that might... Oh, yeah, shit. Bat and Silver Ring are still on the table, too. This seed is big-time wacky bullshit. I'm going to say it. Big-time wacky bullshit. Wait a minute. Wait, why does Super's not have Spikebreaker? All the other competitors have Spikebreaker. Where was Spikebreaker? Super could have checked Spikebreaker using Spikebreaker all that time ago. Everybody's had it for a long time. Where the fuck? What? What? Did Jupiter save split? I think Jupiter's allergic to save splitting. I haven't seen Jupiter do a save split once in my life. I've also never seen Jupiter check the
That was a quick grand balloon.
the Coliseum.
Get a chance to fully spawn.
Dogwood is going right. Oh my, everybody that has ever played this stupid dumb randomizer is a god. Why are you guys like this? Oh, all right, this could be it. This I've never been more confused, excited, disappointed, all at the same time. The amount of emotions flowing through me right now, I don't... What? He's still checking items! Why are you still checking items? Oh my god, Dogwood, you are a psychopath. It's nothing! Oh! Wait a minute! Ah! Everybody has to go back to fucking... No! Gala has missed! Ah! Everybody said, I don't want to fight Galamoth. Meanwhile, you have to! You can't run away from your fears. You have to face your fears eventually, guys. What a fucking race, man. What the fuck? God damn it. Chrysogrim isn't good enough to beat Galamoth. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Yeah. What was Holy Glasses? It was Force of Echo. It was nothing. I'm so sad I didn't do another one. You would have been done by now, Tally. You would have been done by now. So wait.
Wing smash.
Was there nothing in Caverns? There was literally nothing in Caverns, right, guys? Caverns didn't... Yeah, Succubus was it? Nothing? Yeah, there was nothing in Caverns. So the Jewel of Open is kind of a meme, to go back to Caverns. Maybe the Jewel of Open is what you need for Silver Ring, and that's why they need a Jewel of Open. That's probably it. They got ultra mega super baited in this seed. So now it's going to come down to who's the first to go to... They're all in the first castle, but all they need to do is go to the second castle. And fight... Oh my god. Yeah, there's nothing at... Yeah, Superds... Oh, Superds came back? Superds was in the... Oh, no. Oh, no. No. Oh, my... Oh, my god. It's... This is wild. This is wild that watching everybody do all of these... This is what... Okay. Guys, this is why these gambles that you see these people, these streamers go for, and you're like, oh wow, gambles are cool, gambles are exciting, gambles are great. All they needed to do was just finish the fucking second castle. Like, all 4 of these people I'm extremely disappointed in. Not a single person just did a normal standard by the books route. Because yes, you can sometimes beat standard by the books route by doing these crazy gambles, but this is what happens. All 4 of these people are in straight, this is hell. This is hell on earth for them. This is hell on earth for them. You know what? You deserve the Twitch purple screen, Dogwood. I don't want to. Man, I'm so disappointed, man. Jupiter's first back into the second castle, it seems like. Oh no, it's actually Superds. Wait a minute. Superds is still a decent amount behind. Now that I'm looking at it. Because Superds still needs to do Creature. Still needs to do Death to get the ring. And still needs to do Galamoth. And there's probably some other stuff along the way. I say needs to do Creature, but I'm saying hasn't done Creature. Hasn't done Creature, hasn't done any... Yeah, is going to go to Creature. Is going to go do all of the other stuff they missed in the second castle. Makes sense. Meanwhile, I'm pretty sure at this point... Yeah. Dogwood was ahead by a decent margin, I feel like. But somewhere Jupiter, I guess, had a good save split and is now really far ahead. And on top of that, Jupiter doesn't need to worry about doing Creature. Because Jupiter's already done Creature. Dogwood might be worried that he needs to do Creature. I'm pretty sure Jupiter has a library card. I believe they both have library cards. I know Jupiter picked it up. I think Dogwood picked up the library card as well. We saw Superds use the library card save split, I believe. We need to teach him all bosses strats for that room. For which room? The inverted.
It's so hard to keep a wing
Caverns
smash here on the emulation version.
Lime.
Because the lag spikes are pretty brutal.
I agree, yeah. Keeping your wing smash chains in on emulator / PlayStation is really hard in this room. It's still honestly hard on Xbox too, but still.
One more chance for a library card.
Wait, what? What do you mean one more chance for a library card?
Okay.
Oh, did you use it? What do you mean one more chance for a library card? What do you mean? Didn't you grab one, Jupiter? Why is everybody playing with my emotions? I saw him pick it up. I swear to God. Oh, he's not doing the setup right. What are you doing? No. Oh, thank God. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack. Gee, I've made tutorials. Literally, it's a 3-minute tutorial on how to do this fight. It takes 3 minutes to learn, and you guys risk your entire tournament careers on this bullshit setup it's not real. Why do I make content? Why do I make content, man? Why bother?
Yeah, my hand's getting tired here. There we go, finally.
Why bother uploading to YouTube? Why bother streaming? Why bother? When people are just gonna ignore everything that I've ever done to teach people how to play this fucking game. This has to be missed. Yeah, it legitimately has to be missed. Which means it's now a 50-50 whether the last Vlad Relic is gonna be at Bat?
Yep. Cool.
Or if it's gonna be at Silver Ring. Meanwhile, what the fuck is Dogwood doing? Dogwood's in his menu. I want to see where the fuck Dogwood is at. Fighting Galmoth. Spent 20 minutes in his menu to look for stuff, I guess, to speed up the fight. If he has a library card, he's going to have a huge advantage over Jupiter here. And I swear to God, I saw you pick up a library card, Dogwood. If you forgot that it's in your inventory or if you save split it away, I'm going to cry. I'm going to fucking cry. You used this card earlier? All right, that's fine. GG's to all the contestants here. I think we've done a fantastic job of teaching you guys how to play the randomizer. I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, you guys. Nothing to see here. Everybody go home.
Oh shit.
All right, fine. Have you guys seen Beans recently? You want to see how big he's gotten? Look at this massive fucking cute-ass cat. Look at him.
Alright.
You guys hear that? I don't think you can. He's purring really loud.
Library or Silver Ring.
He's so cute. All right, 50-50 time.
Closer, but I could end up being a bust. So
What? Yes, Dogwood. That's the definition of 50-50.
either way, I'm gonna have to save split because even if it's not library, I wasted a shit ton of time.
This is insanity.
Trying to think of which check is gonna be less time consuming.
Less time consuming is definitely Silver Ring, all things considered. You save split and then do Silver Ring. That's the optimal
Some kind of
way
good
to do
news
it.
this seed.
In the meantime, Bean's definitely adorable. Yeah, he's the cutest cat on the planet, obviously, duh.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, well.
So we did everything except for library.
Yeah, library card would have been the optimal play, obviously, but yeah. Jesus Christ, guys, I can't handle this. My old man heart that I'm developing. Yeah. Damn, that was so close the whole time. Jupiter and Dogwood swapped leads like 6 times over. They both did this weird-ass, horrendous, weird route. But the fact that Dogwood missed out on fighting Creature didn't matter in the long term because he never actually went to Creature, right?
Ryan, that is a great question I have often asked myself.
He never went to Creature, right?
Maria ends up in some funny places in this game. She ends up there, and she ends up in that weird Egyptian cube behind the clock room. Who
Yeah,
knows?
plus all those item checks. Yeah.
It's definitely funny to think about, though.
What a wild seed. Dude, also, like, not gonna lie, Superds has the opportunity to also kind of...
And that's true as well, yeah.
Wait, at this
Maria is
rate...
arguably more powerful than Alucard.
Oh, yeah, at this rate. Yeah, Superds is going to be the next to find Mist. Why did everybody skip Galamoth? Literally all 4 of you guys. Okay, I guess Superds technically didn't skip Galamoth. Superds went for a somewhat like weird route that went back and forth between the castles like too many times. Honestly, Superds honestly could have taken this if he just decided to stay in the second castle before, like, just I don't know. I don't know, man. Yep, there we go. Superds figures out the infinite on Galamoth. So Superds is going to be just fine. Going to find Mist next.
Got that earlier than other races.
Meanwhile,
I definitely went to.
my brain.
We'll see the results afterwards.
My brain is mush. My brain is just mush right now because I
I
don't have the brain to figure out why.
Great sword not working, which I'll have to ask about, but otherwise that was fine. It all was about that Galamoth check, and if someone did that early, they're gonna win.
Joke's on you, nobody did it early. Everybody skipped Galamoth. Yeah, I think Jupiter doesn't know that the that item exists. What's it called? Yeah, the limp thrust. I don't know if Jupiter's even aware of how that item works or how it exists and stuff like that, so yeah, whatever, dude, whatever. Okay. At the end of the day, I don't want people to get this twisted. I'm not trying to necessarily, like, make fun of these runners. Okay, maybe I am a little bit. But I'm able to do this because I at least have a rapport with them. You know, this doesn't mean that you guys get to bully them. I get to bully them, and you don't.
Okay, sub 75. This will be a very easy one round.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to think, like, I'm not saying everybody should do the optimal route. This is just like the one time where everybody did the same exact gambles and it all didn't pay off. And
we actually won that race.
Never.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, tell me about it. GG's, Jupiter. Twitch is being respectful and waited for the actual run to end before ruining us, ruining our watching experience. Next up should be Dogwood. Pretty handily, yeah. Right behind. I'm trying to just like think using my brain.
Missed when I was there. I probably.
I was trying to think using my brain
Pushing
to
first,
understand
so that's my
the
bad,
routing
but-
decisions of these runners, but as it turns out, that's probably a bad idea. So, GG's to everybody, and all that jazz. I just need to think about my life a little bit. That's all. That's all. Oh, why don't I just do? Wait,
There's 4 of us. It's Jupiter, myself, Super.
I'm so dumb. Why don't I just do this? Hold up. Why is it taking me this long to figure out this technology exists, guys? I
Yo,
can just
Matt's
crop
gay.
that up. Do that. Yep, that's fine. That's probably for the best.
Right there. Yeah, I can still at least get second, and I'm down with that.
What were you saying? PRC happens at the end of the Dracula a lot. I wonder if it has something to do with
really well this year. I
how
just made
the
the
fight
one
affects the
mistake of
bit
not
rate.
finishing
Maybe.
my best in the second
I don't
castle.
know
If I
if that's the
would've finished my
case,
best in the
if that's
second castle,
information that gets sent to
would've
Twitch or
been
not. So
Probably done a couple minutes ago, because I was zooming.
oh, okie dokie. Unless Dogwood literally throws right here, right now. Dogwood, please, please. Please just end it. GG's. Congrats to second place. Dogwood, GG's. You've done it. You've done the damn thing. Congrats.
I'm happy with that. That's
I'm
time for me, guys.
Yes. I will. I'm happy you're happy is all I will say. I'm happy that you are happy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hello? There we go. I'd be happy if I took second after skipping Galmoth like that. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, what's happening? Oh, he just... Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that Superds here is going to be bringing up second here unless something crazy happens to stop him. Literally 1 damage on that shield. That is... Yeah. Yeah, I guess. That's one way to do it. God, what a race. What a day. I don't know how I feel about any of this, man. I don't know how I feel about any of this, man. I don't know, man. This has been... Nobody saved their library card for Galamoth, it seems. Which is fine. Like I don't expect that to always be where you use the library card for sure, but yeah. This is why I think maybe some of these players should definitely consider doing more standard routes from here on out. I think the places where you should get okay, I guess to explain why I'm upset is there are places where it makes sense to gamble a lot of the time, and I think that I have a list of where to gamble in my head and the priority of where it makes the most sense to gamble on like skipping certain checks or going to certain checks early. Galmoth is almost never one of the checks that I would not do. There's a save room at the start of the catacombs that you can use as a save split option. There is like mainly that. Like that save split alone is like huge for you to use. If you have library cards in particular, like definitely do it. I can understand not like being upset that what's the word? Like having to go through the catacombs. Dogwood, hey. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Galmoth is in a different area code. You're not going to believe this, but literally everyone skipped Galamoth. Literally everyone. I guess Super's technically didn't skip Galamoth, but took a different route that had him not check Galamoth early. I don't feel so bad. No, you should feel bad. Everybody should feel bad. What is wrong with you people? Why did you skip Galamoth? All of you should be ashamed of yourself. I've been so... Oh my god. I'm trying to explain to people that standard routes are fine to do sometimes. You don't have to go for every single run. Not every single run has to be a gamble. In fact, doing a standard route in this scenario is like... I don't know. This was a Galamoth seed, yes. Galamoth, especially when you guys had fucking Chrysogrim. You guys had fucking Chrysogrim. You had the fucking Chrysogrim. Like, he's not a hard fight. You could literally save beforehand, too. You had Bat, too. So you could do a save split at the start. Like, there's so many options to mitigate the time loss. The amount of time you spent moving between the castles is, like, exponentially longer than the amount of time that than it takes to just check Galamoth and do a save split. Yeah, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to Galamoth because that's going to take me at least 30 seconds to get there and maybe 20 seconds to kill him or something like that. Meanwhile, if you don't do it, you're guaranteed to lose like 20 minutes. Like, well, not guaranteed. Okay, sorry. You're likely to lose 20 minutes if that's the thing that you need. Like, that...
Done.
GG, Superds. He knows to dot in the race, right? Yeah, perfect. Thank you. GG's to everybody involved. I'm going to take a breather. I'm going to take a break. This has been great. Thank you guys for watching on YouTube. Thank you for watching on Twitch. This has been Dragon Blitz and yet another Castlevania Symphony Night randomizer race. Thank you yet again. Like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. Peace out.